Welcome back to the show, everybody. Happy New Year. Happy 2025. I hope everyone had a great New Year's and got to celebrate carefully. Um, and yeah, welcome to I guess season 3 of Adventures in Dudeness, and this is going to be episode 1, and this is going to be your January manly mashup for January 2025. I'm excited to see what the new year has in store for myself. We have some stuff going on, kind of private stuff. I don't really want to share with everybody, but good things. Real life sort of stuff that we are. My wife and I are working towards, and hopefully it will be successful and be all good things. With that said, let's dive in here and get going, and we'll go over what you can look forward to for this month's episodes for January. Obviously, number one, we have the Manly Mashup, and the next episode is going to be the after holiday cleanup. I think that's kind of tough for a lot of people. You know, Christmas is over, you got all this stuff, now you got to find a place to put it, and sometimes it's kind of a sign from the universe to maybe donate some things or recycle some things of that nature. And then after that, the week after that, we're going to be uh, doing an episode on keeping yourself in check and self monitoring. So, for a lot of us that have, diet plans, exercise plans, stuff like that, usually around the holidays, that kind of, we try real hard to stick with things, but with the holiday kind of either traveling or shopping and getting together and meals and cookies and all the good stuff from the holidays, a lot of times we tend to fall off, and it's not just with diets or exercise. It could be with any type of morning routine, kids' morning routines. They have holiday break, so we're going to take a look at kind of getting back on the horse and kind of doing a self inventory and keeping kind of keeping it together and not continuing with being unfocused on what we're trying to accomplish. And then for our last episode of January, we're going to do a little man cave episode, which I'm kind of excited about because I, for once, since I've moved into this house and where I broadcast from, or my studio, whatever you want to call it, is in my basement. I am a basement dweller, and this yeah, this podcast comes straight to you from my little suburban home, behind probably 8 feet in the ground and behind some concrete block. But this is my little slice of heaven, and I've never really had kind of an area that's sort of mine where I can kind of totally take over and decorate it how I want to and have what furniture I want and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give some tips and go over some stuff for kind of building your own little area, your own place to kind of unwind and maybe display some things that you like that maybe doesn't go with the decor of your home, or things of that nature. So, yeah, that's what you have to look forward to this January. And I hope you'll tune into those episodes. I think they're going to be pretty good. Moving on from there, we have, as of this morning, you can go onto my YouTube, Rumble, or Odysee channel and check out the beer of the month. This month's beer is Winter Carnival by Lone Pine. I believe they're based out of Maine. Very delicious, citrusy, spicy winter ale, white ale. It was delicious. So head over to those places to check that out. And while you're there, also take a look at our Around the Grill video for this month. It's going to be a healthy dish of garlic chicken with broccoli and spinach to get you started on your maybe on your New Year's resolution of maybe being healthier, or trying to lose some weight, get in shape. That seems to be a very popular type of thing for folks. Um, but from there, today in our manly mashup, we are going to do manly media, which I did not do last month, but I wanted to, but I kind of ran out of time. But this month's manly media is a show that has been on for a while. It's been on Paramount Plus. I shouldn't say a while. I think they're probably 8 to 10 episodes in at this point. Probably wrapping up around this time of when this airs, I suppose. But I thoroughly enjoyed the show. It is on Paramount Plus. It is called The Landman, or just Landman, I believe. Billy Bob Thornton and yeah, he plays a gay. Holy fuck. A guy that goes around and kind of finds land for these oil companies, and that he gets himself into some trouble. But I think what I really enjoy about the show is I kind of work. I've worked on some of these sites like this, not necessarily oil, but fracking and natural gas compression and stuff. And I think the portrayal of the work and the kind of the scenes that they, is it the scenes where they shoot, I think it's all very very accurate, which I really enjoyed. You have some obviously some issues, and you can kind of see the more of the business side of that type of business, with the oil business, and kind of some of the things they have to deal with and go through. And I know not everybody is a huge believer in fossil fuels, and well, I'll just leave that at that. But yeah, totally accurate. In the beginning of the show, his son, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but his son comes on to a crew, and just the camaraderie and how they take care of each other, I thought was very accurate for that type of work. I mean, these guys are gone from their families, sometimes anywhere between 2 weeks to sometimes 6 months, in between shifts. And these guys really, I mean, their job is to watch your back and work together with you, and at the same time establish a huge family dynamic that a lot of people who don't work in that type of industry would never understand, including even the people we have at home have no idea. It's almost like living a second life. So all in all, I thought that's a really great show. Very accurate on things, and very entertaining. Kind of funny, serious. All in all, it's from the same guy who did Yellowstone and Mayor of Kingstown and a bunch of other Paramount Plus shows that I really enjoy. And I think this time he really hit the nail on the head with just a real look at kind of that world, the blue collar world. So, and me, being that type of guy, I really kind of appreciated that it's brought to the forefront, where people can kind of see all the stuff that we have to go through, and working out in the elements and being away from family and the dangerous environments that we work in. It really kind of strikes a bit of pride to kind of share that with my family and say, yeah, I've worked at places like this, and that's really how it goes, and stuff like that. So, yeah, I would highly recommend the show to anyone especially those of you who are, in that type of industry. Um, blue collar guys, stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. Great show. Great show. And moving on from there. Today we have a dude DIY also. We are, so I'm sure that many of you, now that everything has calmed down and the Christmas tree has gone out the front door and the house is getting somewhat back to normal, um, as the dads out there, as we are, and the husbands, um, I'm sure that somewhere in your home there is something sitting in a box that has to be put together. Um, so we're going to go over some furniture assembly tips, or I guess it's not necessarily furniture, but basically shit you got to put together. I've learned through moving many times and having to reestablish and selling and buying and blah blah blah. Um, my wife always manages to find some shit on Amazon that needs to be fucking put together, and it weighs 1,000 pounds and comes in a fucking big rectangular box. That's a pain in my absolute ass to put together. And of course, it's all cheaply Chinese built junk most of the time. But just because it is that does not mean that we can't sort of hybridize. Is that a word? Kind of go ahead and maybe change some stuff or reinforce some stuff. So, my number one tip is get yourself some wood glue. And number two is have a variety of wood screws or drywall screws available. I worked in the car, I don't want to say car audio, but I guess we call ourselves installers. Um, for about 10 years in my younger days, I used to do um, install like two-way radio systems and light bars on police cars and all that kind of stuff. And you learn sort of tips and tricks when it comes to certain things, because a lot of times what we use is like particle board for mounting things, which is most of what the shit you buy from Amazon or that comes in a box is made of. Unless you go to a furniture store, more than likely it's press board or particle board. So sheetrock screws work really good for that because they're more coarse thread. So get yourself some sheetrock screws that different sizes, um, and use your own tools. I know all the stuff comes with tools, but have yourself a little Allen set. They're fairly inexpensive. You can keep that and probably get like the drill bits and keep like a little cordless drill around. I'm not saying use like a 20-volt hammer drill. I'm saying one of the little, wimpy 12-volt or lower cordless drills. You don't need to go nuts. Ratcheting screwdrivers also always good, and a small 1/4-inch ratchet set also will aid in the speed of which you assemble this furniture. So next, what I would do is go ahead and take everything out of the box and try to organize it the best that you can, and find the directions and follow them. I know that we're men and we don't follow direction, but when it comes to your confusing Chinese built furniture, like my beautiful desk that my wife bought me for my birthday, I took it apart, completely apart 3 times. Actually, it took me 2 days to put it together. Um, so because everything looked the same and it was just, I don't know, it was tough. It was probably the hardest thing I've ever put together. But follow the directions. Take the time to look at like kind of hole alignments and sort of how things face, stuff like that. Definitely take your time because you'll save yourself frustration in the long run. The next thing I'm going to say is start early. I have a bad habit of starting these type of projects either at night or late afternoon, especially on a Sunday. And I'm up late trying to get it done, or It never gets finished till the weekend, and the shit's in the way. People move stuff, you lose hardware, etc., etc., etc. Becomes a nightmare. Also, find yourself in, depending on what it is, try not to assemble it in the same room. You want to find kind of an open room where you have, well, room to move around. Um, maybe a dining room is always great because you have a table right there. Throw a piece of cardboard on it or a tablecloth, and that'll give you a work surface on the inside to assemble little things. Yeah. So, with all that being said, you can basically ditch the screws unless they're specialty screws that it kind of comes with, and go ahead and use those better sheetrock screws with that coarser thread that's going to hold stuff together a lot better. And also, the next thing is you're going to want to use that wood glue on any type of dowels, seams, hell, even on the screws themselves. I have some bar stools I put together when we lived in Florida, and I went ahead and just used my own screws and a lot of wood glue, and have never loosened up, never wobbled. I don't know. I guess there's something to be said for that. So the other thing is keep batteries, like even weird size battery, D's, C's, 9 volts. When we buy this electronic shit for our kids, they always take the weirdest fucking batteries for some reason. So get yourself one of those, what are they called, battery daddies or some shit like that. Keep a good stock of batteries hidden away from the kids so they're not constantly running through them on you. But yeah, go. Obviously, and that's probably one of the worst things that I did in my younger dad years was, I'd put this thing together and everything, and then we'd find we didn't have the right batteries. And then you forget to get them at the store. So the thing sits there with no batteries in it, and they play with it for a little bit, and then that's that because it never worked right to begin with. So don't be a jackass like I was, and keep batteries, damn it, or put them on your list, or, well, nowadays you can just order them right off Amazon. This was before Amazon was really popular and everybody had a smartphone in their hand and all that kind of stuff. Yes, I'm that old. So yes, to recap, we'll start from the beginning. So tools to have: a small cordless drill, a bit set with Allens and Phillips and flats and all that stuff. A small 1/4-inch socket set, and wood glue, a variety of sheetrock screws in different lengths. So those are your supplies. Next, moving on, you're going to take your stuff out of the box. You're going to get it all set up and try to organize it the best that you can. You're going to want to find a room that you can work in, have room, and possibly a work surface. Find the directions, follow them specifically. Take your time. Look at the directions. From there, go through, identify where you can use those sheetrock screws and that wood glue. Mostly on wood glue is going to be your dowels and joints. Sheetrock screws are going to be kind of your universal screws, unless they are specialty screws, which they have, quite a lot of those. And then batteries. Make sure you got batteries around, and start your project, somewhat early in the day, so that way you have time to kind of complete it, and it doesn't turn into a long project. But yeah, those are my tips that I have. I don't really have much else. If you you find this stuff helpful, please let me know. I'm kind of, let's see. Let me check my little list here. I'm also trying to get better organized with things. So I keep a check sheet and all that stuff, and try make little notes, things of that nature, so that way I can provide you a quality listening experience on your commute to work or whatever else you may be doing. Because remember, a new episode of Adventures in Dudeness airs every Monday at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, just like clockwork. We don't take time off. I am going to make sure that I do not miss an episode or anything like that for this year, and will try to try to do my due diligence to make sure that every week everybody has something new to listen to at the very least. And I'm going to try to be working harder on my video content. And oh, we also have a Facebook page now. Go ahead and check that out. I post different videos and stuff over there, that stuff like reels I find that are kind of helpful. Kind of guy stuff. So yeah, go over and check that out. And let's see what else. No, I think that's about it. Yeah, you can. That's what I wanted to say. So I was going to do a pork roast. Was going to be the around the grill for this month. Unfortunately, due to probably me not paying attention, the video that I shot for it kind of got all fucked up. So, needless to say, I didn't do that, but I did make one. Actually, I made two, and they were phenomenal. I cut open a pork roast, stuffed it with some cranberry sausage stuffing, like I just used stovetop Jimmy Dean sausage, some cranberries. So this is a little bonus around the grill for you, I guess. No visual display, but get you some pork roast, lay it on the old cutting board. Cut that sucker out so that way it's a nice flat sheet. Make up some stovetop stuffing or real stuffing. If you have the time, throw some Jimmy Dean sausage in there, already cooked, and usually use like the sage sausage, and some craisins, right? So you get some fruit in there, and then go ahead and throw that in your pork roast, roll that bad boy up, tie her off. I used Pork Perfection, I believe, was the rub that I used, which you get at Walmart. I'm sorry, I think it's Fire and Smoke is the brand, maybe. But yeah, big bottle called Pork Perfection. That's the rub I used. And I seasoned the inside before I stuffed it, and then seasoned the outside. I didn't have. You can use butcher's twine. I didn't have any. I just used some small skewers. Stuck those through there to hold it all together, and then smoked it on the smoker with some apple and cherry. And came out really well. On the side, I did some rosemary and garlic roasted potatoes, and what did I do for a vegetable? Corn, maybe? Broccoli? Nope, corn. I did corn. Took the pork loin off, sliced it up, and came out really well. Good smoke flavor, very juicy. Oh, over the top, I did a apple cider glaze, which you can find. There's all kinds of recipes online for those. And I threw that on kind of towards the end. And to keep it moist, I guess I really didn't have an issue with keeping it moist, but a little spray bottle with some water would work, or some apple cider, apple juice, maybe some chicken stock. I don't know. But nevertheless, came out really, really good. There's all kinds of recipes out there for that kind of stuff. I think the biggest, I've never done one before, so the biggest learning curve I had was cutting that roast out to get it to lay flat. But I ended up doing it successfully, and I think I'm going to make it again. I was supposed to make it for Christmas, but everybody wanted me to smoke another turkey again, so I didn't get a chance to make that for everybody, but I made one for me and my family, and it was absolutely delicious. And you know what? Fuck them. They missed out. Anyhow, moving on. No, I'm kidding. But moving on. Thanks for tuning in today. Thanks for being here. Happy New Year. I hope the next year treats you well, and you are successful with all your endeavors, and that you have some great stuff planned for the year that you're excited for and really looking forward to. And I think I am as well. I think I'm kind of ready for the new year and ready for a fresh start. 2024 has been not easy for me, and I'm glad that the new year is here, and maybe the universal kind of look down on me a little better than it has been. But nevertheless, I hope everyone is very successful this year in everything that they do, and that you find that the new year brings you joy and happiness. Thanks for checking out the show. If you're new here, thanks for checking me out, and if you listen every week, welcome back. If you are looking to level up this new year, I implore you to, after you're, of course, done listening to my show, go over and look up the Keep Fighting podcast. My friend James over there does a great podcast, really provides some great encouraging information to, make you a better man, make you a better person. Go over there and check him out, and also check out his company. I believe it's called Kilo Foxtrot Fitness, something like that. But you can find it in his show notes, I believe, and find him on social media and follow him. If you are looking for help to get in better shape, lose weight, James is your man. He's your man. He's a very close friend of mine, and I trust in him very much, and always value his guidance that he gives for me. So I thought that I would pass that along to you. But as always, thanks for tuning into the show, and I'm repeating myself and rambling as usual because I don't know what to say. But yeah, check out the YouTube, the Rumble, the Odysee. You can find the video content over there. Please check out, stick with me here. Welcome back to those weekly listeners. And I hope you stick around to hear the episodes that I have for this month. I think there'll be some good stuff. And I have some really good stuff, I think, planned for February as well. So that'll be good. That'll be good. But looking in the future, we should have some pretty cool stuff this year lined up for you that I'm really excited about, and we'll work hard on. Follow me on Facebook now, and Instagram, X, Threads, Pinterest. Pinterest as well. I'm going to be posting a bunch of stuff over on Pinterest again. I kind of fell off. I'll be honest, I'm not very good with this stuff. Like I said in a past episode, procrastination is my biggest downfall. And, sometimes I have some focus issues, and I can't always do everything. But what I can do is give you a brand new episode every Monday morning at 6 a.m. for your ride to work, Eastern Standard Time, of course. And thanks for being here again for about the 1,000th fucking time. And take care of yourselves and each other.